Hello, my name is Roland Tipton. This is COM 206 Public Speaking. Today I'm going to speak to you about the importance of mandatory military service. George S. Patton Jr. stated, "The soldier is the army. No army is better than its soldiers. The soldier is also a citizen. In fact, the highest obligation and privilege of citizenship is that of bearing arms for one's country." George S. Patton Jr. There is no greater honor than to serve in the United States military. This is something that you provide for other people. This is a service for your country. This takes everything that you as an individual that you can be self-sufficient in, and you apply it to other people and other means that are higher than you, which has a greater outcome. Today I'm going to be speaking to you about, of course, mandatory military service. I want you guys to think the importance of what is really going on in our community and our society around us. At the age of 18, after completion of high school, if everybody did a 2-year commitment in the United States military, there could be huge benefits that could reap from the country. Not just from the lower levels such as towns or cities, but from state to regions to the country itself. With this proposal that I have here is at the age of 18, after completion of high school, to have a 2-year commitment in the military service. Military service of your choice, but to have that 2-year commitment. For some reason you do not complete high school, then you shall, at the age of 18, still enter and do that fulfillment of 2 years. Today's society, are people really productive members of society? What does that really mean? I mean, are people going out there? Are they benefiting the world? Are they benefiting the country? What is it that they're doing? If you look around, not many people are. People are going around, they're fulfilling their self-fulfillments. They're not really helping other people. They're not helping society. And are they dead weight? I mean, we have to kind of figure that out, like what's going on here. Since the early 1900s, as far as World War I, World War II, there was a large sense of patriotism in the United States. There's posters everywhere. There's parades when people come home from overseas. There's a lot of different stuff. It was a proud time to wear your uniform. Today's society, military members wearing their uniform, it's almost shunned on. Since the Vietnam era, whenever people were coming back from overseas, stuff that they had to deal with over there, because we had a lot of people here who wouldn't go and fight for what was for our country and what was going on. They came back here to Americans who very disrespectful to them because of the uniform they're wearing, because of what they're doing for them. Yet people have a single mind that it's what's going to benefit them at that time. Not many people really have the understanding of what's going to benefit everybody else. A lot of people have become lazy in today's society. They're fulfilled with their selfishness of their technology, the computer, the internet, whatever it may be. They're not getting outside. They're not talking to people. They're not doing very many clubs at school now. Not many people in sports. Everything is based off the internet, off of Facebook or Twitter or everything like that. People sit there and they become a strong, powerful person with no backbone behind it. A lot of people, like I've stated several times, are very selfish. They care about what's going to come to them. They expect things to be owed to them rather than to be earned. This is something that parents are raising their kids and our society to be. Every kid, the only thing that they're owed to them is a roof over their head, clothes on their back, food in their stomach, and access to running water. They're not owed anything else. But we have the misconception that children are owed all the fancy things and the nice stuff and the trips and the eating out and the nice shoes and clothes and all the electronics and the applications that are on the games and whatever it may be. They're not owed any of that. They're not. That's stuff that they need to earn. Parents need to instill with them as far as whenever they're being raised, how they can earn these sort of things. Having some technical difficulties. Okay. Alright, so benefits that the military does offer. You will learn past history of sacrifices that people have made for the country itself. Going all the way back from 1775 and maybe even before all the way up to present. Not just as far as people who have died in the line of duty or overseas or whatever it may be. But these are people who have sacrificed many different things or created certain policies or things that have been very consequential to the military to where it's at today. You're going to learn self-respect. You're going to become self-sufficient. You're going to learn problem-solving skills. And you're also going to learn communication skills. And these are just basic things that you're going to learn in any basic boot camp that you go to. You're going to get more specialized training in certain areas once you get into your field. You're going to learn proper eating habits. You're also going to learn that, hey, you have a free gym membership and you get to run every morning. Obesity in the United States is extremely high. It's an extreme amount as far as the people who have obesity, overweight, that do not exercise, do not have healthy eating habits. Everybody goes for that quick meal. They run down to McDonald's, Burger King, whatever it may be, and they grab themselves that food, not really understanding and realizing what they're putting into their body. They're not exercising. They're not out walking. Again, people are inside their homes. They don't get outside. And that has very serious health consequences on them. So some things that people might say that they don't agree with mandatory military service. You're going to die. Yes, you may die. But you may die also driving to work, driving to school. You may die driving down, checking the mail. You may be whatever happens. You never know what's going to happen when it's going to happen. Since 2003 in Iraq and Afghanistan, there have been over 2.5 million people who have deployed overseas to those countries. Out of those 2.5 million people, 6,839 people were killed in action. That is less than 1% of the people who have went over there. Again, is there a possibility you're going to die? Yes. Is it going to happen to everybody? No. People might also say, well, the military is not for everybody. That's true. But there are hundreds of different jobs that you can do. The military doesn't mean you go grab a rifle, go kick indoors, and you run around and shoot and move and communicate. You can learn logistical, administrative, food preparation, security. You can do anything as far as mechanical, such as vehicles, airplanes, helicopters. Lots of different things you can learn. It's not all about shooting a gun. People might also say that, well, you should have the freedom to choose. That's true, you should. But freedom is a loosely used word, and freedom is from the military who has provided that to people for hundreds of years. Some other statistics here is in 2012, 945,000 people were actively using the GI, post 9/11 GI Bill. Post 9/11 GI Bill are benefits, schooling benefits either for a technical school or a college or university that you can have as a military veteran. 79% of people are actually using those benefits of people who qualify for them. That's a large amount of military veterans who are using their benefits. The GI Bill benefits include free schooling, free books, and also money for housing or where to live at. That way, saying, hey, as a veteran, this is what you've done for us as a country. Let us provide something for you to help you continue your life and be a successful and productive member of society. There are hundreds of companies that are willing to hire veterans. For me, myself, I'm a deputy sheriff, Pinal County Sheriff's Office. I was hired on 1 out of 8 people that got hired. Over 300 people tested that day. Out of those 8 people that made the final selection, including myself, 7 of those people had bachelor degrees. I did not. That is because I had my military service. Speak to your peers. Let them know the benefits of military service, how they can be a productive member of society, having mandatory military service, not just a certain group of people going into military, but everybody. Let's make our community, our country, a very, very patriotic and a country that's going to fulfill the needs of everyone else and be very supportive of each other. You can talk to your local congressmen about this sort of issue. I know here in Santan Valley we have our congressman not too far away. When he's in town, he's very approachable. I spoke to him many times about this. Think about in 10, 20, 30 years, what's your community going to be like where you live? If it's going at the rate right now, we're going to have less productive members in society, more lazy people, and more people who think that stuff is owed to them. Don't be that person. Help us. Help us make our community better. Encourage people mandatory military service requirements. Thank you.